If you're like me, your childhood revolved around games like Pop Tropica, Webkinz, Wizard 101, Animal Jam, Club Penguin, among others. These games practically raised an entire generation with their charming art styles, immersive worlds, and beautiful collectability. Do you like stuffed animals? Well, here's Webkinz, a video game that can bring your stuffed animals to life. Don't like to collect plushies? There's Animal Jam and Club Penguin. Is playing as a human more your thing? We've got Pop Tropica, or a more fantastical approach with Wizard 101. These online RPGs gave almost every child in my generation an escape from reality, into a completely fictional world where you could meet new people or play with existing friends. Today, I'll be covering what made these games so memorable and amazing in comparison to some of the games we have today, and also making a concept for a game that could act as a modernized version of these beloved games. These days, it seems every game has a battle pass mechanic or a battle royale mode. Sure, there are games like Minecraft and Roblox with amazing communities and new innovative mechanics, but most servers in Minecraft suffer this fate of revolving around the battle pass and microtransaction meta. There aren't a whole lot of recent games that don't have any semblance of these things. Don't get me wrong, some modern games can be enjoyable at times, but I know I'm not the only one who misses the simpler times. When not everything was so centered around shaking every last little bit of lunch money from your poor little pockets. Sure, there were things you could buy in the older games, but it wasn't as heavily advertised. The reason why this is so different today is because of the way that having rare cosmetics in a game is a status symbol. If you had Renegade Raider, you were worshipped, and as a result, many kids, myself included, have stuck around solely out of FOMO. If you don't stick around and play every day, you might miss your chance to buy the next Renegade Raider. Hey look, a new skin just dropped. Buy it quick because it might not come back for the next 4 years. One thing I think that the older games did better is not feeling so scammy. As a kid, I could play Webkinz for days or weeks or even months without considering buying a new animal at my local Cracker Barrel. Games like Fortnite have conditioned people, including myself, to crave new in-game cosmetics and the value of them. I can only get about 2 games in before I feel the need to change my skin or some other part of my locker. I feel like my favorite part of Webkinz specifically was the fact that not only did I get a new pet in the game, but once I logged off, I could keep my pet with me. Even though I lost my account a long time ago, I still have most of my Webkinz. The idea of getting a physical version of the product, plus getting a brand new character in the game, was not only so much more immersive, but it made the act of buying a new add-on to the game not feel as useless. I've spent so much money in the last 5 years on Fortnite alone that it honestly makes me sick thinking about it. It's to the point where I kind of want to stop playing, but that would mean I won't have anything in real life to show for the hundreds of dollars I've spent. So, what could a modern day version of a game like Webkinz or Club Penguin look like? A combination of all the best parts of our favorites growing up, and even some elements from modern games that could bridge the gap between multiple generations of people. Something that could combine the experience of a multiplayer online RPG with real world elements. A game that could be truly revolutionary to a whole new generation and those that came before. Before we get into this, I'd like to preface by saying that this was all my original idea. That being said, I don't think there's anything too earth-shattering here. None of this is confirmed at all. And this is just simply a concept meant to spark some nostalgia around old games and talk about aspects I enjoy in video games. The story starts with a really popular brand of stuffed animals that most of you probably know about, Squishmallows. For the very few of you who don't know what a Squishmallow is, it's a brand of plushies that's sold at most stores across the US. The thing about these plushies is their design. Each Squishmallow is shaped like a little potato, with most having no arms or legs. Most other prominent features of each animal or thing are still included, however. With over 1,000 characters to date, each with a unique backstory, there's certainly a character for everyone. Some Squishmallows are exclusive and more rare than others, creating a huge community around collecting these plushies. Originally, I thought that they were just for kids, and that they were lame, but boy was I wrong. My first Squishmallow was a son with sunglasses named Cruz. This was my introduction to Squishmallows. When I first bought Cruz, I thought he was cool, but I didn't really think much else. But it was when I looked inside the tag that I found out something interesting. There was a blurb of text that read, "Minigolf and guac are 2 things Cruz can't live without. He would play every day if he could. He likes to have guac on everything, from breakfast foods and sandwiches to his mom's healthy avocado cupcakes. Something about a cute little son playing mini golf and enjoying some avocado toast is the most charming thing I've ever heard. In the past 2 years, I've obtained 9 other Squishmallows. I have 2 very different Archies: Florent, Indy, Scout, Baden, Derek's, Santino, and my personal favorite, Khaled. I love every single one of them because of how charming each of their designs and bios are. One day, while sitting in class with nothing better to do, I tried to load Alpha Penguin, the remake of Club Penguin. To my dismay, however, the site was blocked. I started to remember all the things that were so great about Club Penguin and all the other RPGs I had played as a kid. I reminisced for a long time over my Rockers Zebra Webkinz pet. Then it hit me. Oh my god. Why has no one ever thought of this before? Squishmallows would be such a perfect brand to replace Webkinz. There's so many likable Squishmallows, and it's so easy for people to be immediately attached to them. Not to mention the amount of representation there is. There are so many brand collaborations that make Squishmallows able to reach countless different communities of people. From Disney princesses to anime, including Pokemon very soon. Squishmallows have collaborated with some of the biggest IPs. The working name I came up with when I first started thinking of the game was Squishville. However, shortly after, I found out that Squishville is already a thing. Sadly, it is not even close to what I had hoped. Squishville is a line of mini plushies that are actually really adorable. Some of them even come with little clothing items and or playsets with houses and such. Needless to say, I've indulged a bit. This information was a little upsetting since I had believed that Squishville was a clever thing I had come up with. Nevertheless, it was cool to see that Squishmallows had even the smallest idea about a town for their characters. I think this window of opportunity has closed for Squishmallows to become the next Webkinz-like thing because they've been around for so long. Maybe if they had thought of turning them into a nostalgia trip earlier on in their business model, they could have capitalized. Especially since a way to make this happen could have been to keep the regular-sized Squishmallows separate from the Squishville mini plushes. What they could have done with the launch of the Squishville plushies is to make the mini Squishmallows the plush that doubles as an online pet or character. Seeing as they already had millions of the original line sold, they couldn't just come out with a new line of full-size plushes, as they could get confused with the older ones and take value away from the rare Squishmallows of the original line. Seeing as they missed this opportunity, I don't see Squishmallows actually becoming what I had envisioned. Imagine for a second that Squishville is what I had dreamed. You could go around the town, playing as your favorite Squishmallow on your smartphone, console, or PC. This is an issue I think Webkinz and other games suffered from. Being limited to people who have a computer isn't the best since most people have either a smartphone or a console these days. You could play mini games and have fun with people who you've never met before. You could build your own house, work at the local coffee shop, or go to a dance party at the disco nightclub. The adventures are endless. You could earn coins and customize your character with different clothing options and accessories. Let's say you went to the store and bought Baden, a boba-loving red dragon who wants nothing more than to have fun. You take him home and open up his tag, revealing the scratch-off code. You open the Squishville app on your phone and click redeem code. As you type in each alphanumeric character, your excitement builds up. You finish typing in the code and hit submit, and before your eyes, an egg appears on the screen. You rub your finger across the screen to open it. The egg cracks on the sides and out pops those familiar red wings. Next is the tail, and finally, with one last tap of the egg, it breaks open, revealing Baden, your new boba-wielding dragon. He smiles and waits in anticipation for the adventure and for his life in Squishville to begin. This feeling would be so magical. Just to feel the excitement building as you can't wait to show your friends your new character you found. This could also create for an incentive to log off the game every once in a while and take a trip outside to hunt for new interesting characters to add to your collection. Now I feel I should address the elephant in the room. Pop Tropica, Webkinz, Animal Jam, and Wizard 101 are all still available to play right now. Webkinz Classic still exists alongside its newer counterpart, Webkinz
Next.
which...
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
What is this? Why does this exist? Obviously, these games aren't non-existent except for the official Club Penguin game. But for these games to truly feel the way they did years ago, I think there needs to be another game. A game that ties together all the best parts of each game in order to include everyone. I can't remember the last time I actually saw a Webkinz pet at the store. I think all of our favorite games have seen their peak and that it's time for a new, fresh, clean slate for everyone to rediscover and enjoy its fullest potential. So tell me what you think. Is there another brand that could do something similar? Do you think the days of multiplayer online RPGs that are simple and charming like those we feel so much nostalgia for are over forever? Thank you for watching this video to the end, and on your way out, make sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as it helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!